was like a big dog bite. 7 was a big dog.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
I mean, I just want to say I didn't cause her death. I didn't kill her. I didn't murder her. I didn't do none of that.
But you never asked the whole interview how she died.
Because when I have, everyone...
She says a version of that 11 times tonight. He spent 2.5 months answering it.
But I wasn't abusing her over the time, though.
On the 15th, when you kicked her down, punched her, or kicked her in the gut, kicked her in the back, stomped her head, grabbed her by her hair, dragged her across the floor, had the dog like he's gnawing on her face, right? And she's at the bottom of the stairs and she's lifeless and helpless and limp. And you're yelling at her to get the fuck up. Go upstairs, get the fuck up. This bitch wants me to kill her.
Yeah, I was...
Okay, so, question for you. Does that look good?
He isn't guessing. He's reading. Every second of that night was recorded inside the house.
Right, but there's no video of her wandering around the room. I mean, I will tell you this, that your cameras are top notch. We got 2,820 videos that I had to go through.
Her name was Jamaria Sessions, born the 15th of January, 2015. Her family called her Mari. She liked to sing, liked colors in her hair, made videos with her little sister. Her mother, Tadrina Dort, died of leukemia in 2022. Her grandmother took the 2 girls in. In October 2023, they went to their father instead. 8 months later, Jamaria was dead. Just before 5 a.m. on the 17th of June 2024, EMS was called to a house on Harbor Oaks Drive, Montverde, Florida.
She's not breathing and she's swollen and she's not responding.
I understand, but this is the best we can do right now till they arrive. You're doing fantastic.
She was cold, naked under a blanket, dead for hours. The medical examiner called it torture, homicide. Multiple blunt injuries to the head and body, and a thermal injury to her right foot. The woman who called it in was Tyshael Elise Martin, 34, not her mother, not her stepmother, her father's girlfriend. Detectives spent 2 months building a file. On the 28th of August, they arrested her and brought her here. The house had a security system, 2,820 video files, 2 registered phones, hers and her mother's. Video from the 15th, 90 files deleted on the 12th. Phone extractions, a burned foot photo, a cruise line statement, park surveillance. She has not seen a single frame of it. The lieutenant goes in alone, and she is not there to accuse anybody.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you. Have a good day. You too. Tyshael, I'm just going to wait on Detective Mercer before we get into too much meat and potatoes, but I'll introduce myself to you because you and I have never met. My name is Tammy Dale. I'm a lieutenant, actually, with the Sheriff's Office in criminal investigations, which is where Detective Mercer also works. And I know this is an uncomfortable way to update you on this case, but as long as you want to and you're willing to talk to us, we'll give you a case update and then talk to you if you're willing to talk to us. I wanted to meet you. I've never met you, of course, you know that. And kind of talk to you woman to woman also, because I think you only talk to the dudes, and I think this case is a little more complicated than some people are giving it credit for. They're looking at it in a black and white medical sense, and I see a little bit more to it than that. Maybe not, but get your take on that if you're willing. I don't know. I see a young lady who's watching 5 kids, sometimes 6 kids, on her own, with no help from LoJuan, it looks like. I mean, he's working, he's going to school, I get that, so. I know one of your children is autistic, right, too. And everyone that I haven't talked to, but I've seen the interviews, say that Jamaria was, God rest her soul, quite a handful. She'd steal things and lie about things and lie about stealing things. And
Overwhelmed mother, difficult child. No help from the man. That is a door being held open.
so look at both of us. We were chatting, but we didn't really get into anything.
All right. So you remember me, right? Okay. I was out there that day. As you know, you're under arrest. Did they tell you what your charges were for?
I asked if they got to tell me.
Yep. I think that there's more people involved in this that should be sitting in the chair you're sitting with too. So, I want to hear from you. What happened?
Honestly, I can't say how she passed away.
Take her baseline now, because it barely moves again. Upright, hands still, voice flat, nothing registers.
Honestly, I can't say how she passed away. When I found her, she was sleeping. All I can say is, she did receive whoopings. I don't know how she passed. I don't know how she passed away. I honestly don't.
Okay. How did she get the pinch marks all over her body?
I have pinched her before, but from what I saw, I didn't pinch. I didn't do all of that.
Did anybody else pinch her?
Yeah.
Who?
Dad.
Dad? When did Dad leave the house?
I want to say
The account already has its shape. Something happened. She doesn't know what. Someone else did most of it.
he came back because that was unannounced. Like anytime I would put him out, he would just like sneak back into the house. So I don't remember exactly which day that was. But the day that I asked him to leave, I believe was Thursday.
Okay. And he moved his stuff out? Where was Jamaria at during that time when he moved out?
I believe he left. The last that I knew, he was talking to her downstairs.
Okay. How do you know he was talking to her?
Because I heard say, "I'll be back to get you." I know he wasn't going to say that to none of my kids.
Is there any reason why he would think that Jamaria was in California?
Because all of them were supposed to leave.
He starts with the word he means and swaps it for the word she can answer.
Like use.
Like whoopings, would she timeouts? What kind
She
of,
got in trouble.
like if she got in trouble for something, what would be the recourse that LoJuan would do?
I mean, initially it'll start out with maybe having to run in place. That's a lot of things that he would tell her to do, or they would have to stand on the wall sometimes, and then it eventually resulted into a whooping.
They just wouldn't listen? Like you tell them to run in place and they would do it for a minute or two and then that would turn into a whooping, or what do you mean?
If they said that they didn't want, like told him that they didn't want to do it anymore or whatever like that, yeah, then it would turn into a whooping.
Okay. And when you said that you disciplined her, how was your discipline?
Initially, I would just contact him a lot of the times and ask him what do he prefer her do. I would honestly let him talk to her on the phone, or he would talk to her on the camera. A lot of times he would just beep in and talk to her over the camera, and she would listen to him through there. And I whooped her before. Honestly, I yell a lot.
Running in place, standing at a wall, a man on a camera speaker. She lists it like chores.
I believe they came in October. Jalea came in day one with problems. Eventually, she just let us know, hey, my mom and my grandma, my nana told us that they don't like y'all and I'm not going to listen to y'all. It went from that to her purposely doing things to the girls' things and just doing things around the house, and, telling her dad what she's not going to do, etc. All that.
So when you say things, what things? What were they doing? What was she doing?
She took peppermint oil and would put it in the girls' makeup sponges. So like peppermint. She would purposely piss around the house, saying that she didn't want to go to the toilet. They were stealing the other kids' stuff. purposely just hiding it to, basically, she knew what she was doing because she was saying, I don't want to be good like the other kids. I want to be bad. So it's like, and a lot of that stuff I had to record because it was something I never seen before.
3 months earlier, Child Services asked for a welfare check on her sister. A sergeant closed it in 24 minutes. Nobody knocked.
Problems.
Okay.
Like nothing to be on the lookout for. It's just that last, like when we let her go over to his mom's in April, she let us know, she let me know, Jamaria let me know that his mom told her to start acting exactly how Jalea was acting, so we would send Jamaria over to his mom's house. She told me that the grandma told her that, and that it's all about money thing, a check thing.
So what's the check thing?
Like, I believe they found out that they came with Social Security, and the grandma, which is his mom, wanted to have both of them in the house with her so she can get their Social Security checks, because everyone in the house with her gets a Social Security check. And that's what I know about that. Jamaria did tell me that they told her to start acting bad, so we would send her over there.
So did Jamaria and Jalea already come with a Social Security disability check from their mother?
Yeah, but we didn't find out until like two or 3 months later.
Okay, so did you guys ever apply for that? Did LoJuan ever get it?
So yeah, we went ahead and tried. We didn't so much apply for it. We were trying to report the grandmother as fraudulent,
Okay.
because we wasn't receiving it and we had the girls. So eventually, I believe he applied.
All right. So when was that? That he applied?
It could have started in January,
Okay.
early.
So January, February, March, you guys are definitely getting, or LoJuan was getting the checks. No?
They didn't approve him for the checks until she passed away. The week that she passed away, we got the letter in the mail saying that he was finally approved.
Okay. And who was that passed away?
Jamaria.
He knew the answer. He asked anyway, and made her put the child's name in her own mouth.
All right, so let's talk about March. So in March, Jamaria was bitten by 7. I don't think you were there for that, right? So what happened? What do you know that happened?
So, he had left her there. I told him to bring her. He left her there. And, you know, she's fairly new to the house at this point. And she just thought that she could deal with him behind our backs. While we were not in the house, she thought she could let him out the cage to run around, not knowing his power. So what happened was, she said that he went upstairs and was eating out the trash, and she tried to hit him, and he turned around and grabbed her.
Okay.
So it was nothing aggressive. They were back with each other the same night. I think it was just a reaction because we don't hit him or to stop him from eating food.
Right. Probably a little food aggressive.
So what happened is they called, FaceTimed us and let us know. You know, I honestly didn't react so bad about it because she wasn't crying when she called me. But he kind of reacted bad to it because he didn't know what happened, and he knew that he was the one that left her behind. I went immediately home to
103 pounds of dog, and the version she gives is that the child let him out.
I could hear him in the 911 call in the background, so I know he was with you.
Yeah, he's the one ended the call.
Okay. All right, so now you're getting ready to go on a cruise, right? So we're going into end of May. And if I gloss over something, you know, stop me and let me know. So May 31st, you guys are going on a cruise. Who paid for the cruise?
My mom, she prepaid for the cruise, you know, due to Jamaria not, you know, being able to have a experience like that, and my daughter's birthday coming up.
So you decided to take Jamaria with you.
Yeah,
Okay. Whose idea was that? Is it yours, or is it LoJuan's, or is it your mom's?
mine.
Okay, so you take her to Miami on the 31st. What, if anything, happens that night with Jamaria? Does
Her idea. One word, no hesitation, and it sits badly against everything she says next.
she issues on that day?
She checked herself out of camp.
On the first day? Okay. And then what else what else happened during that trip? I heard from LoJuan it was a pretty big struggle for you. She was acting out quite a bit.
Yeah, I had to call him every day. From that day, that first day, I mean, everything she did, I called him, like, to deal with it, because, like, you know, it was like 20 of us. Everybody was noticing that I wasn't enjoying myself. So, you know, they honestly was like, Tyshael, just let him deal with it. So I called him for everything.
What did she do on the boat to act out?
The first night, checked herself out of camp. She had flashed a little boy on the boat.
Now, when you say flash, do you mean she exposed her breast or her buttocks?
Her breast.
Okay.
She was 9. A phone call went out every day of that holiday, deciding what waited for her at home.
He's everybody, including Jamaria at that time, right? Okay. Any issues that night?
Honestly, I'm not sure, because I stayed in the room with my mom. I didn't even sleep with him that night.
Who's allowed to spank or discipline, and specifically spank, or physically punish Jamaria in the house?
He would tell everyone to.
So like Azaria, I mean obviously not Egypt, but Azaria and Denaya and Deshara, they're
I heard him giving them permission to, because I was walking by the kitchen the day that he was telling them that, but he was like, punch her in the throat or something. I was like, y'all going, just talking. I was like, y'all going to jail or whatever. But I never ever saw my kids whoop her or punch her in the throat. Nothing that he told them to do.
Ozaria and Denia are hers. Egypt is exempt because Egypt is his. Jamaria is the one everybody may hit.
So to be clear, you thought Jamaria left with your mom
Yeah,
that evening, which was the night.
yeah.
Did she have a plane ticket, Jamaria, at that time?
That's what my mom was working on before I went to sleep. So that's why I
So
thought
she bought her one?
that was my assumption. That was my assumption, because I knew before I went to sleep that's what she was doing.
On the night before you went to sleep on the 9th, she was buying her a ticket. So you think she did?
And I told,
left all the time.
and I said that, yeah, I let him know they left. But that same night, we both found out that she didn't,
How did you find out?
because she was downstairs.
Why didn't she leave with her?
My mom said she wasn't able to find a ticket.
She didn't tell you?
My mom,
Yeah, she didn't
No.
tell you?
I was sleeping. She woke me up to let me know she was leaving. So I went out there for a few seconds, came back in and got back in the bed, and then my mom explained to me what happened. So
When did LoJuan find out that she didn't leave?
the same time.
Oh, was he there?
Yeah.
The next question is, so how did that day go? Did LoJuan go to school that day? Did he go to work that day on the 11th, the day after your mom left?
I believe he only went to work that day.
So he comes home, whatever that night. Anything happened that night? Did he yell at Jamaria? Did he see Jamaria? Was he with Jamaria? Or did he just go right to bed?
I don't know where they went. I don't know where because of the type of relationship we had, he would always take her and walk off. Like, or if I knew he was going to whoop her or whatever, I would walk off or something like that. So I don't know what they were doing downstairs, but because I was already trying to leave out of the relationship, I went and slept in the other room, and I didn't.
Last 5 days, one date at a time. He has video for everyone.
And then, so now we're on to the 12th of June, and something happens. There's a fight between you and him. He says you sprayed him with bug spray, whatever. What happened that night? What caused that fight? It's the day before he moves out. So you and him both agree he needs to leave. So what happened that night?
It was something minor. He thought it was, I had sprayed the bug spray because it was behind the bed frame, and I guess a little spray got a little of the frizz, probably fell on him or something. He thought that, I don't know, I sprayed it over his head or something. I don't know. It was something very minor. I don't know. It was nothing that it didn't cause like an argument or nothing. He said something about it, and I replied saying that wasn't the case, and that was that. The argument was because I wouldn't let him hold the car.
Oh, you wanted to keep using the car? Okay. Nothing about infidelity. He wasn't accusing you of being unfaithful. You weren't accusing him of being unfaithful.
Yeah, he always accused me. So.
Okay. Was that part of the fight? I mean, was that?
I mean, it's mainly because I was telling him that I didn't want to be with him no more.
Okay.
Like, he was telling me, like, only way I can leave the relationship is death, and stuff like that. But then he started telling Jamaria that he was going to kill her, and that, you know, and she kept doing stuff. But, like, that's why I say, like, I'm really confused, because he was like, he's going to whoop her, and he don't care. It was, I'm going to beat your ass, and I don't care how many bruises I leave on you, because you got all summer long to heal and stuff like that. So that's why I'm like, that's why I really haven't jumped to conclusions with stuff, because I didn't know how she passed away. But yeah, it was, a lot of this stuff is because I was leaving him. And I was letting him know ahead of time that I was leaving. Like, I stopped having sex with him. I stopped everything, and that bothered him.
A man announced in advance that he meant to beat a child hard enough to bruise. She reports it like weather.
And that bothered him.
Yeah, you told me on the scene that day that you guys got into a fight because you wouldn't have sex with him anymore. Is that part of the issue?
It's like mainly the whole thing, because, you know, I stopped having sex with him to leave the relationship, and all that turned into a lot.
Alright. So he leaves on the 13th in the morning, catches an Uber, goes lives with his mom, whatever. You said he came back. When did he come back? Do you know?
I don't know if that was the Friday night, I believe.
What time do you know, roughly?
It was like around 9-ish maybe.
And then he showed up at 9 o'clock?
It was, yeah.
And what happened then? You heard him say something to Jamaria, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that was what?
I'll be back to get you. And then someone had sent me a text of him reaching out to someone on her mom's side of the family to get her Sunday or whatever. That's why I was like, when he was telling someone that he didn't know she was there, I was like, that's a lie, because how did you not know she was here? All the girls out here, how did you not know she was here? Yeah, I understand, I sent you that text, but that was when I was unaware, where we both know she's here now, so I didn't understand why he was running with that lie. He basically told her, I'll be back to get you.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because he knew the flight was already booked or whatever.
Which flight?
To go to California.
Friday the 14th. The last time anyone promised Jamaria a way out. She had 3 days left.
or whatever. I don't know.
Which flight?
To go to California.
On the 16th? Okay. So let's talk about the 16th. Oh, let's back up. So 14th, 15th, did Jamaria get in trouble at all? Did she do anything to be disciplined? Was she, and what kind of discipline was that?
So she was, I can't remember everything she did. She was definitely, she had to clean up. I told her to clean up because I couldn't watch her every step of the way due to me being sick that week. I don't know what her dad told her that she was in boot camp and she had to run on a treadmill and do squats and run in place and stuff like that. I just had her cleaning up.
So when she had to do, let's say, running in place, how long did she run in place for?
Honestly, a lot of that didn't go on when I was home.
Okay.
Because obviously that's a lot of stomping that I don't want to hear. So I don't know, maybe sometimes he would tell her to run for an hour or less.
And how would she run? With her hands up, hands down?
Both.
And did you ever make her run in place or anything like that?
I instructed her that, hey, this is what your dad told you to do.
Right. Okay. So.
Because, like, I just didn't have to deal with none of this before. Like, before they came, we never even had a belt in our house. So.
But, and Denia told me, she's like, we're not, and I think even it was Aria said it too, she's like, we're not the bad kids. Like, we're good kids. Like, she's out of control.
Which is why, people may try to paint a picture like they were not being, like she was the target basically, which is that's not the case. Like she had to come in and learn the rules, new rules. Obviously, you have new placement. They already knew the rules. They knew what to do, what not to do. And at some point it was just like they're not doing it because they can't help it. It's because this is what they're being told to do.
On the 15th, she just got in trouble, but it was just a clean. She just had to clean, right? She didn't have to do anything crazy. No running around the block, no treadmill, nothing like that.
No.
Okay. On the 16th.
Not from what I'm aware of.
16th, y'all get up real early in the morning.
He doesn't argue. He writes down her version of the 15th and moves on, because he has watched the 15th.
Okay. On the 16th.
Not from what I'm aware of.
16th, y'all get up real early in the morning. You were telling me at the interview when we first met that Jamaria got sick on the way, and you guys stopped and got her some Gatorade or something, right?
Not so much sick. I stopped to the gas station to get Tylenol for myself, and she got a banana and a water, I think.
Okay. And then you guys then continue on to the airport, right? You guys get to the airport, what happens?
So we got out and she was pushing the suitcase. We were ahead of her. I don't know if she fell or she said, or I don't know what happened. She was behind me. All I know is that my daughter, Naya, was helping her lean over the rail. So I just went, got the car, put her in the car because I see that so what happened was she said that she was feeling hot from the jacket. That's what she eventually told me when we got in the car. And that she was scared to get on the plane. Told the girls to proceed. I rode around, figured out they wasn't going to make that flight. Had them stand in line. I think they stood in line for maybe 2, I don't know. I'm bad with time and stuff. Maybe 2 hours, I would say. Trying to rebooked the flight. I paid the extra money for that. We rebooked the flight, left, went straight to the house. Jamaria was saying, laughing, saying, how she was just hot and didn't want to do it, get on the flight and stuff like that. So I was upset about that, about her not being honest. We got back home. Basically, everybody went their own separate ways.
A child collapses at an airport rail and cannot reach her gate. Nobody calls a doctor. They drive her home.
And then, from what I understand, you guys are all sitting in Egypt's room, right? The room that your mom stayed in. And you guys are all, and I say you guys all, but it's Azaria, Egypt, you, Denaya, Tyshael, and Jamaria are watching something on TV. I can't remember what they called it now. They were watching something on Netflix or whatever. And they watched, I think it's Baddies is what they said they were watching. So they watched that, a couple of episodes of that, and then they realized you were sleeping. And then at some point they got up and Denaya, according to Denaya and Tyshael, Denaya and Tyshael and Azaria in Egypt got up and they went into Azaria's room to play Roblox. And they left you and Jamaria alone. I guess you were asleep. You wouldn't know, right? But I'm just talking. So, and then Denaya later gets a text from you for her to come to the room. So you said, I guess it was just like come or Denaya come or whatever you were calling for. What was that for? Was it like 11 o'clock?
Something to drink or something. Okay. I don't know.
Okay. And then you were telling me that you missed a call from your mom around midnight and then you called her back a couple minutes later.
Yeah. I had been sleeping all day basically, like, since we got back. So I was, I was calling. I actually was messing with it, like,
He isn't asking what happened in that room. He's telling her names, order, times.
I was calling. I actually was messing with it, like, you're gonna pick up this phone.
Right. And so while you're in the room alone and you text Denaya, I mean, obviously your phone's right next to you, right? And you have the ability to call Denaya or text her. So then, presumably according to your story, what happens next? You wake up and then it's 4 o'clock in the morning or earlier, whatever time you woke up. Kind of go from there, when you woke up.
Can't quite remember the time. I went in the bathroom. I didn't see her walking out of the room, but walking back into the room, I saw her on the mattress. I knew she had been peeing on herself, so I tapped her and said, do you have to use the bathroom? She didn't respond. Tapped her again, she didn't have to use it, and she didn't respond, so then I called the police.
Okay. And then anybody can try to do CPR on Jamaria?
Me and Tyshael.
Okay. And did you notice anything particular about her when you tried doing CPR? Did you notice if she was stiff, if she was cold?
Yeah, she was stiff.
Okay.
And
which was she face up? Was she face down?
She was sleeping face down, like regularly how she always sleeps.
So sleeping on her stomach. And then you guys flipped her to start doing CPR, obviously, right? Was she?
I believe they had her Tyshael flipping.
Okay. I know they had Tyshael. 911 told Tyshael to pull her off the mattress onto the floor, but we don't know if she was face up or face down. So I was kind of trying to ask you.
I believe she was. You mean after the mattress?
No, when you first saw her on the mattress,
face down.
She was face down. Okay, and then afterwards, you guys flipped her because you had to do CPR, mouth to mouth, and all that. And then she was wrapped up in a blanket. All right. Was she wearing any clothing?
I don't know as far as under. She had a blanket on.
She was stiff. Rigor takes hours. She tapped her twice, got nothing, and noticed nothing else at all. Every other child in that house had a bed. Jamaria was on a crib mattress on someone else's floor.
All right. Does she normally sleep nude?
Sometimes.
Okay. I heard Denaya was telling me that her and Jamaria in Egypt kind of do that.
Yeah, them too. Like Egypt a lot, but Jamaria sometimes.
Okay. So you call 911, EMS gets there, and do you remember what you told EMS when they got there? Okay. All right. And then, of course, we showed up. So, Tammy, you have any questions?
Going back to when Seven bit her, can you describe her injuries from Seven?
I'm sorry.
When Seven bit her and you took her to the hospital, what were those injuries like?
To be honest, she already had, like, she was the type of child to take initiative of her, take steps of her own, so she had already wrapped her arm up, and I didn't get to see it.
Well, what made you take her to the hospital?
Because they called and said she had got bitten by the dog, and they said it was deep or whatever, so, you know, I got home, took.
A child wrapped her own dog bite. That is offered as independence, not as an absence of adults.
They said it was deep or whatever, so, you know, I got home, tried to take her, but, you know, he had a problem with that. He didn't want it. I guess because he had custody, you know, they're in his custody or whatever. However, I don't know. He wanted to do that. I guess because he was trying to get their Social Security checks and stuff. So they needed to know, like, he was on their paperwork for doctor visits and hospital visits and stuff.
So you never saw the injury?
I saw it after the fact.
You did? Okay. But when you say they, the other girls told you it was a deep bite, and did she say she needs to go to the hospital or she needs stitches, whatever?
Well, like I said, they called on FaceTime and said it was that he went deep or whatever. She already had it bandaged up. So honestly, I probably would have never looked at it. I can't, like, cuts and stuff. I probably wouldn't have.
I probably would never have looked at it. Remember that. It becomes the entire defense.
But based on what they told you, you took her to the emergency room to have it cleaned up, and did she get stitches?
So I understand that Denaya and Tyshael were telling me that she had sprained her ankle. How did Jamaria sprain her ankle and when?
She told me that she tripped over the dog food downstairs when she was walking in the dark in the living room.
So downstairs living room? Okay. And then how did she get the burns to her feet and her back?
Ozari said it was from hot water from the hair.
What was she doing with the hair? I understand Ozari does hair, but I'm trying to see if you understand.
She has to dip it in hot water. And apparently she had moved or something. I wasn't in that.
Do you know if she dipped it or do you know if she poured it?
No.
You don't know? Okay.
What did Azaria tell you about that? Or Jamaria, however you were told about it?
I found out from the Shar.
What did she say?
She told her that she told me that Azaria told her
that she
burned herself from the water. Azaria said that she took a picture to show it to me, but forgot to show it to me.
They tell you it was bad, not bad? She screamed, she didn't scream? Hurt, didn't hurt?
She didn't complain to me about it. She didn't say anything to me. And she had a compression sock on at the time.
Who took the sock off?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
When that sock finally came off her foot on the 16th, the skin came with it.
Sure.
Okay.
And then I understand that she fell and hit her head after she got back from the airport, just being clumsy, going up or down the stairs, somewhere on that landing. Tyshael said that she fell backwards and hit her head. Do you know anything about that? Okay. So Tyshael says she fell backwards and hit her head on the wall or the banister. What about?
I mean, I heard about the fall. I just didn't know about it.
What did you hear about the fall?
That she fell from, I guess, trying to use the crutch or something.
You know of any injuries to her?
I'm sorry?
Did you know that if there was any
No.
injury? Okay. Do you know about how her lip got busted or her teeth got broken out of her mouth?
I thought it was from the treadmill.
Why do you think it was a treadmill?
Because that's what I believe she told Azaria that.
Okay. When did that happen?
That week, I don't know exactly which day.
Did you guys take her to the doctor for it? I mean, teeth injuries are pretty painful.
No, she didn't. No,
She didn't complain about it or anything?
no, I didn't even see it. She didn't even show it to me.
Well, I know that you told me,
An ankle she was told about. Burns she was told about. Broken teeth she never saw.
complain about it or anything?
No, I didn't even see it. She didn't even show it to me.
Well, I know that you told me on the day that we first met that you remember giving her 2 popsicles on the 16th, the day before she passed. Do you remember doing that still?
I thought I had I thought she had asked I gave her permission to have the
Okay.
popsicles.
These popsicles on freshly broken teeth be a little painful, right? You ever had a toothache?
But they had happened days before
Okay.
that. Like, I don't remember the exact day, but I know that she had stated that like at least maybe 3 days. Honestly, he had the same thing, and I didn't know how.
All right, so this is a statement form from Carnival Cruise Line.
He had
She volunteered the
same
popsicles
thing,
herself
and I didn't know
months
how.
ago as proof she was
This
kind.
is a
He just
statement
made them
form
proof
from
she knew.
Carnival Cruise Line. So obviously, we did a search warrant in your house, right? Right after the incident, we held it for 2 days. It was very convenient, and I apologize for that. I'm going to show you some pictures real quick, and nothing graphic. What is that room? Do you know?
The closet downstairs.
All right, and whose room is to the right and left of that closet?
To the right, Naya left the shower.
Okay. And has anybody ever been locked in that room
No,
as punishment?
no,
Do you know what Blue Star is?
no.
You ever seen CSI shows where they have like the spray, they spray on blood, they call it luminol,
Mhm.
and it lights up with blood?
Mhm.
Kind of hard to see a little bit in that one, but look at the floor on that one.
Okay.
This is a better picture. This is a floor with door closed.
Okay.
So why would there be blood there?
I have no idea. Is this human blood?
Or a monkey. It's primate or human.
I mean, I have animals. So.
But it's not blood. They won't react to animals. So this is the couch that Jamaria slept on?
I mean, I have animals. So.
But it's not blood. They won't react to animals. So this is the couch that Jamaria slept on?
Yes.
See the blood stains?
Wait. Yeah.
And then this is your bathtub upstairs in the master.
Yes.
The home security system you guys had, who had access to that on their cell phones?
Me, LoJuan, and my mom.
The one didn't have access to it.
He had access to the phone, my phone.
Your phone, yes, but who had it on their phone? Was it LaLon's phone?
So I had 2 separate phones, and one phone he used just for that. The other one was my phone that I
Okay.
tote around with me every day.
Who else?
My mom.
Okay, so you, your mom, and the second phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's only 2 users.
Yeah.
That's you and your mom.
Mhm.
Not LaLon. There's only 2 phones.
So on my phone, I'm logged in.
Yes. You're logged in and Tortia's logged in.
Mhm.
Until after this incident, those are the only 2 phones that are registered with Vivint to have access to the system. When you set up your account on your phone, it logs that data.
Okay.
Okay, so we know whose phone is doing what.
Okay.
So when I asked you earlier what happened on the 12th, I'm asking you that because there's a bunch of videos that were deleted on the 12th. And they were only deleted by one user, and that's either you or your mom. So I'm asking you what happened on the 12th to cause a bunch of videos to be deleted. If something happened where you hit LaLon, I don't care. He probably deserved it, to be honest with you. But I'm just trying to understand the dynamics inside the house.
He asked about the 12th an hour ago and got bug spray. He was asking why 90 files vanished.
Did you know he was having an affair?
No.
And that while you were in Miami on your way back up, and he had your car and he was cleaning it, that he was meeting with this girl and is basically having a child with him? No idea? Okay. I'm just trying to figure out what caused this animosity, what caused this fight.
The fact that
He has spent an hour being told the man is the villain. He just handed her a reason to stop.
Honestly, I mean, I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Right. Well, it's on camera.
Well,
The
yeah.
camera in the hallway.
I just can't.
And I figure she probably made some smart ass comment to you, and I mean, she just wasted a whole week of fun, made you suffer through the whole week. So I get it. I mean, we're people, right? So I need to know where your mind was, what the mind. I mean, I know you were over it. You're basically a single mom to a kid that's not yours. She treats you like crap. She doesn't listen. She just is nasty. So, like, how are you feeling about that? Like that?
Honestly, where I was with that was I was just ready to be done.
Why didn't you just call LoJuan up and say, "Come get your kid"?
When?
After your mom left.
Ready to be done. He asked about a video of her striking a child, and she reports exhaustion.
As a kid, I was terrified of my dad, so I get it.
So, were you worried about Jamaria's safety around LoJuan?
Yeah. I mean, like,
But here's the thing.
anytime she would come to me and say, hey, I don't want to go with my dad, or I want to stay with you, or can I please live here and not go with him, and like stuff like that, that makes me feel like she's don't want to be around him.
So he works 5 to 6 days a week. He goes to school 3 days a week in the morning. So he's 3 days a week. He's gone 12 hours, essentially. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, or whatever. During the time he's gone.
School definitely varied. School varied. That wasn't an everyday thing.
Sure. But what I'm saying is there's time where you were not with LoJuan, so he couldn't hurt you, that you could have got resources not only for you as a victim, or Jamaria as a victim, or any of your other kids as victims. There's opportunities that present themselves. You had a phone, you had a car, you had a means of basically leaving them at work and calling the police and getting help. Why didn't you do that?
You know, the threats and stuff, it just wasn't.
Can I please live here and not go with him? A 9-year-old asking for protection, quoted by the adult she asked.
You talk about LoJuan whooping her. Describe that. What's LoJuan whooping her?
Like I said, a lot of times I would just walk away from it. But what you mean, like with a belt? Yeah.
I don't know what I mean. I'm asking you.
Yeah, with a belt.
Can you use anything other than a belt?
Not that I saw. I mean, yeah, his hands, the wooden spoon. I saw him popping him with a wooden spoon. Nothing that I witnessed.
Not that I saw, then a list, then nothing that I witnessed. 3 positions, 1 answer.
Popping him with a wooden spoon. Nothing that I witnessed.
You said that you pinched Jamaria in the past as punishment. What was the reason behind pinching? I kind of get some parents, like when they have a toddler starts biting you, you bite it back to kind of teach it, hey, that actually hurts. What was the purpose behind pinching? What would that do? What kind of punishment is that?
I just know that every time I acted out as a kid, I would get pinched. So,
but describe that to me. So, like, where would you get where you get pinched have some relevance to what you did wrong?
right. So, when I did pinch her, I let him know. What I was saying was, every time she does something wrong today, I'm gonna pinch her.
Okay.
That's what I would tell him. Like, if she does something wrong today, I'm gonna pinch her.
And where would you pinch her at?
Like on her arm, just outside. I'll grab her chest, stomach, the stomach area. Where I used to get pinched at, and just.
Is that what happened to her nipples?
What happens to her nipples?
Well, her nipples are gone.
She repeats the question back to him. That is what people do when they need 1 more second.
I never touched her nipples.
Well, you made me. It's kind of curious because you say that wherever she messes up, she'll get pinched, but then she's flashing a boy on the boat, and now her nipples are missing.
Well, when that was after the fact.
I apologize for the gruesomeness of it, but I've had to stare at it for 2 months. Look at her nipples.
I didn't see that.
Well, I'm not asking if you saw it. I'm asking if you knew about it. If you did.
No, I didn't do that.
Do you see all the marks all over her body?
Yes.
Her autopsy report's over 26 pages long because they have to identify all these marks. And a lot of these marks on her body are pinch marks.
I didn't pinch her that many times.
You recognize in those photos?
Jamaria and myself.
And what about Azaria?
Oh, I didn't see her.
Something happened because that's not the way that you normally act.
26 pages. Not of findings, of marks. And her answer is that there weren't that many.
Oh, I didn't see her.
Something happened because that's not the way that you normally act. I've talked to people. You were a good mom. You helped other parents with their kids. You did their hair. What happened?
That day,
We all make mistakes.
I don't know if that was the moment that they came to me saying that she was punching the pillow or what that moment was about. I can't remember.
What was going through your head?
I mean, what was probably going through my head was that probably like, I'm tired of talking to you, listen, do what you're supposed to do. A lot of times I just felt like I was the one protecting her, for her to turn around and not listen to me when I'm the one keeping you protected from your dad. So I did have moments that I did react to being tired of her not listening to me.
Do you remember what she had not listened to?
Listen to the pronoun. She ends up talking to the child. I'm the one keeping you protected.
Listening to me.
Do you remember what she had not listened to on that day?
That's what I was trying to think of. I think it was the fact that she was being sexual. I think it was the sexual thing that made me react like that because I felt like she's too little of a girl to be talking about and asking my older girls about sex and asking them why they want to take penis in their asshole and stuff like that. I just probably was overwhelmed with all of that.
So in our line of work, usually if we see something in a 9-year-old that says that, it makes us wonder where they learned it from, right? And if she didn't learn it from you, who's the other guy figure she has in the house?
Right.
So I understand it's frustrating that she may be asking questions like that, but there may be an underlying reason as to why she's asking those questions.
Well, with me, I will always ask her. I will always try to get a boyfriend before they move with us and stuff.
Well, and there's another video too of her running in place. You had her running in place, and then for whatever reason, you kick her from behind. She trips over the bag of dog food. That's when she sprained her ankle. I mean, that's because the next video with her in it, she's wearing an ankle wrap. It fits. There's no video of her wandering through the downstairs living room, tripping over a bag of dog food. There's a video of her wearing a wrap on her foot, of her running in place and you kicking her and her falling over a bag of dog food. So it's kind of like a half truth, and that's.
If she sprung her ankle at that time, I did not know.
No, that's fine. But I'm telling you that you kicked her over a bag of dog food, and she may have sprained her ankle at that time, right? But there's no video of her wandering around the room. I mean, I will tell you this: that your cameras are top notch. We got 2,820 videos that I had to go through, and it captured a lot inside your home.
She said the ankle came from tripping over dog food. It did. There was somebody standing behind her.
I know that LoJuan doesn't know the door code to your door. I know that because there's so many videos of him standing outside like an idiot, waiting on someone to open the door for him.
But that was before we just got it. We just recently got it done, and he was the one that had to be there with the guy to program everything.
I also know that he stood in front of your door on several occasions like an idiot, not knowing the code. I also know every time your doors were open and when they were closed. I have every video of every person that's been in your house. From the pest control guy that you canceled when your mom was there, to LoJuan, to Deshara's boyfriend and Denaya's boyfriend they snuck in, from them smoking weed to them drinking alcohol, and I have all of that.
Right. I mean, he told me that he's the one that set the code for the front door. The side door, he don't have the code for that. He didn't have the code for that one.
Spends a lot of time outside standing in front of a door looking like an idiot for someone that has a code.
Maybe the chain was on the door or
This is why I
something.
wanted to talk with you, though. You can see you spent 2.5 months figuring out.
He isn't proving the door code. He's proving there is no corner of that house he hasn't been inside.
The chain was on the door or
This is why I
something.
wanted to talk with you, though. You can see you spent 2.5 months figuring out what happened. The videos, texts, reports from Carnival. I wanted to ask you why. And you're kind of disclosing some of that. What was going through your head? Who else is involved? Are you the only person who should be sitting in that seat, or should someone else be? Is there a reason behind
Honestly,
this?
just don't
Is there an
think that
explanation?
it's nothing that I did physically that could have caused her death. That's just, I mean, I know what he told me, so that's what, I was leaning more towards, but,
What who told you?
well, not me, but told her. He, basically let her know that he was going to kill him. So, I mean, I didn't know if that was a scare tactic or what, but I honestly...
So what do you think
nothing
LoJuan
that could
did?
have caused her to die.
What do you think LoJuan did?
I don't know.
Well, you see the marks on her.
Right.
Who caused those marks? You, LoJuan, someone else?
I mean, I feel like
Everyone?
LoJuan did.
You feel like he did, or you know he didn't?
Only other people it could be is my kids, and I know they didn't do that.
I mean, I hope that you're not trying to protect someone, because I find it hard to believe, just being honest with you, that you as a mother, stepmother, or whatever you consider yourself, a caretaker, do you consider yourself a caretaker of Jamaria, at least?
Her mom.
Her mom, okay. As a mother to Jamaria, if you didn't do those things, or didn't do all of those things, I find it hard to believe you didn't see those marks on her body.
At least her mom. She had no claim to that word, and she reaches for it on the day she is charged.
No, I didn't see all of it. I didn't.
Some of them aren't even covered. She's wearing shorts. She's walking around naked, for God's sake.
On some days, yeah.
How did you not see them, though?
Because that week we came back, I was sick. I was in the bed the majority of the time. I honestly can't say what all he did to her, because, like I said, I walked away from it.
But we at least admit to me that you saw those marks on her body. I just can't believe that you didn't.
The marks of
Those marks that you just saw in the picture,
Pincher?
yeah.
Yeah, I did. I didn't see the reaction from the pinch, no, but I did pinch her.
What about her face? Were you aware that her face was swollen? She'd been hit or suffered some kind of injury to her head where it caused her face to swell up? Do you know about that?
No.
No?
I mean, when I saw her, I just thought,
What about on the 16th, the day prior? Do you know about it?
no.
No? Denaya texts you and says, hey, maybe we should reschedule this flight, let a swelling go down on her head or face. Denaya texts you that. Denaya saw it.
Did I respond?
Yes. There was a whole conversation. We've got a lot of conversations between you, Denaya, you, Deshara, you, Denaya, Deshara, you and LoJuan, you and your mom, you and your mom and LoJuan. We have all those conversations. Everything.
I don't recall that.
I know that you received a Snapchat.
Her own daughter texted her the day before, saying the child's face was too swollen to fly.
All those conversations, everything.
I don't recall that.
I know that you received a Snapchat photo of her foot when it was burnt from Ozaria. It was on your phone, opened. Just because you delete something doesn't mean...
No, Ozaria told me that I found out that she said she took the picture to show me.
You have a
but
picture.
I never saw the picture.
You have a picture on your phone.
Mm-hmm. I never saw
Jamaria's foot that was opened, and it's the only reason why I know it was open because it wouldn't be there unless it was opened.
But she said that she used my phone to take the picture.
But you received it from another Snapchat account.
I don't recall.
You live in the same house. Why does she need to send you a picture?
Because they all talk like that. They all talk.
Maria's in the same room as you at some point. She's in the same room as you when she passed away.
I mean, you even had her soak in the pool because you have a saltwater pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the wounds to give her some kind of relief, right? She's not allowed to swim. She could soak in there. That's what you said.
I think that because for her ankle, she twisted her ankle.
Okay.
He has stopped asking. From here, he tells her what he knows and watches.
Bite her again, and just so you know, she had a laceration behind her ear that looked like it was caused by a dog bite. So across her head, she had a bite mark here and a bite mark here where he grabbed her across the back of her head. When that incident occurred, that you said was you and Ozaria and Jamaria in that room, did Seven bite her?
I'm not that I know of.
Okay. Were you telling the dog to bite her? Because that's what it sounds like in the video. You're holding the dog back with a leash. I'm going to let you get her. I'm going to let you get her.
No. I probably use it as a scare tactic or something like, go, but nothing. No. Heck no.
Okay. So how did she have a puncture behind her ear?
I didn't see, I'm not aware of that. I didn't know anything about
Well,
it.
she did. She got a puncture from behind her ear, and across the side of her face was like a big dog bite. Seven was a big dog.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
I mean, I just want to say I didn't cause her death. I didn't kill her. I didn't murder her. I didn't do none of that.
But you never asked the whole interview how she died.
Because when I have, everyone just don't tell me anything.
But you haven't asked.
I asked her.
So
I was saying, like, I didn't know how she passed away and stuff.
So she died.
80 minutes about how a child died, and she has not once asked how.
I was saying, like, I didn't know how she passed away and stuff.
So she died from her injuries. So it's kind of like it's kind of like death by 1,000 cuts. You ever heard of that? Like you get a little paper cut and it doesn't kill you, right? You get a lot of them. Well, then now your immune system's jacked up because it has to fix these things. It requires energy from your body, so you break down muscle, which breaks down proteins that go in your kidney. It's a whole thing, right? And then she has all these injuries that are staggered and historically long. So she's been whipped, she's been pinched, she's been punched, teeth broken, bit in the back of the head by a dog, possibly. She has all these injuries that her little body is trying to fix, right? All at one time. It's a lot. And then she's not given nutrition. She's not given proper amounts of water. She's not given proper amounts of food. And we know this because during the autopsy, we empty their stomachs. We check their bladders. I know what color her urine is. Her urine looked like coffee. She had so little fluids in her body that we barely didn't get enough blood because her body didn't have enough hydration. So we know she was dehydrated. We know she wasn't fed. And we know she has all these injuries that she's trying to recover from.
I fed her literally every day on the cruise, every day since we...
Here's what happens. When your body can't get food, it breaks down muscle. So I tell you not to starve yourself because you'll lose all your muscle mass. So your body breaks down this muscle to try to repair itself. Well, the problem is a lot of protein goes in the kidneys. Kidneys aren't built for that. They shut down. And then she dies. So literally preventable from one, not hitting the child like that, not making her exercise like that, not pinching her like that, not having her teeth broke, not having her dog bit, but hydration. The child died because she wasn't given water, enough water. That's why she died.
And from her injury.
But I did.
A 9-year-old's body spent its last days repairing injuries that kept arriving, with no water to do it with.
That's why she died.
and from her injury.
But I did. I mean, like, there's no. She's never been deprived of no food. Like, everyone has full access to everything in the house.
2,820 photo or videos. I know that number because I've watched every one of them more than once.
Okay.
I rarely, if ever, I see Ozari, I see Denai, I see LoJuan, I see you, I see everybody getting food.
Well, not me.
You get food
I
out
don't
of
eat, trust me.
You don't eat often, but you eat more than Jamaria did.
No. Listen, Jamaria moved into our house eating cereal and noodles. If she lost a lot of weight because she told us, because we had meals, she told us that's not what she wants to eat. Dad told her she has to eat those meals that is served to her. So Jamaria lost weight because she couldn't eat cereal and noodles anymore. We found out that me cleaning up the house in the kitchen, eat nothing, any of that. I don't know if Dad
For a
told
child that
her.
spends a day in a corner because she didn't disobey her dad or her mom or whatever, if she can't even get out of the corner because to use the bathroom.
I would never
She's so
leave
scared.
her in the corner for a day. I would never tell her she can't get out
You
of the
said
corner.
she was in the corner so long she peed herself.
That was on the ship, sir.
But that's my point, is that her mindset, she's 9 years old, she's not an adult. She's so
told-
scared of you and LoJuan that she would stand in the corner and piss herself.
Well, she told me that she did that because he told her she couldn't leave out the time out for anything.
She's so scared. Her dad's a million miles away in her mind. She's out in the ocean. She's on another country. Dad's so far away.
And he's on
That's
FaceTime.
mental abuse. She's so programmed and so scared of both of you that she will do whatever it takes.
I don't think she was scared of me.
I saw the videos.
Even when I disciplined her, she let me know. She was like, "Mom, I understood what I did, etc., whatever."
Most abused kids do. You know why? Because they don't want it to happen again.
Right.
They will tell you what you want to hear. I'll be your best friend. Don't hit me again.
Right.
She didn't mean it.
I can honestly say I didn't abuse her. I mean,
What is that?
I would let her dad deal with her. I probably had times
What is
like,
this?
like that, I would say.
That's
There was
abuse.
times-
Is that not abuse?
There were times where I did, get overwhelmed. But that was not, I've never left a bruise on her. Like,
What about those pinch marks?
I told you I didn't know that it was bruised from the pinch marks.
Those aren't bruises. Those are cuts from the nail going in. There are some bruises where somebody grabbed her by the arm and dug their nails in and kind of probably pulled her up the stairs or something. But there's a lot of those are actual pinch marks from your fingernails.
Okay, well, I didn't cause all those bruises, and I didn't know that, cuts. I've never seen any bruises on her from me disciplining her.
You didn't see those cut marks from the pinch?
The ones on her arm.
That's all you saw?
Yeah.
So we're going to leave here today with the story of you did all this, you've never abused her, and you only caused the small fraction of the ones on her arm. That's the story you want to leave with, that you want to take to court and say, here, this is my story. I didn't abuse her. The video was me, but I didn't abuse her, and only the pinch marks on her arm for me. The rest of them are from LoJuan.
The video was me, but I didn't abuse her. One breath, both halves, no collision she can hear.
I honestly feel like, knowing all of this, I just honestly feel like it's a setup. Like he's never left the house. He's never left the house. He's never, ever, 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 ever.
By who, LoJuan?
Yeah.
Then why are you trying to protect him by saying I didn't see any of those marks on her, if that's true?
The marks that I saw on her from when we flipped her over, I kind of possibly felt like it came from the pinch marks
By who?
when I pinched her.
You either did all of that or you know who did all or some of that.
The one was definitely there on the 15th. I mean, all I can say is you're gonna have to talk to the kids.
Your kids gotta tell the truth.
We've talked to all of your
Your
kids.
kids don't like telling the truth. And I get it, they're trying to protect their mom, but the problem is they're not protecting their mom, they're just making it worse for you. And now, Deshara, because she's an adult, she's been subpoenaed for grand jury, so she has to testify in this whole case about everything she knows. And that means you can't talk to her and tell her what to say, because that's tampering with a witness, but she needs to be honest. And this is serious game. She just started adulthood.
Yeah.
And she needs to tell the truth.
They know he was there. I can't say if all of them know, but they do know he was there.
Did he ask you to lie for him?
No, he was just like, no matter what, we in this together. And
But you ain't in it together. Look who's in this room.
He ain't in trouble.
He's not in this room.
He's living his best life with his new soon-to-be baby mama and his mom.
he always threatened me.
He can't get to you now.
Watch her body, not her
He
face.
can't get to you
2 hours,
now.
and her posture has not changed once.
How did he threaten you?
He just told me that if I would leave him, he was going to kill me.
I mean to do with this. You covering for him, you lying for him, you taking the blame for him.
I mean, basically what he was just saying is like, he can't go back to prison. He can't go back to prison. He can't
But
go
you
back to
can?
prison.
But you can go?
I mean, that's what I asked him. He was like,
Well, that's some bullshit.
He's got a history of child neglect.
that's all he kept saying is, he can't go back to prison. He can't go back to
Why?
prison.
Why can't he go back to prison? Because he don't want to? I bet you don't
I mean,
want to
he says he
either.
has a baby on the way. That could be the
Well,
reason.
you have how many kids? How many?
4.
Okay. What about your kids?
That was the whole reason he
4. Jamaria had lived in that house for 8 months and is not in the count.
I believe she said it was the day, Saturday,
Who's she?
Tyshael.
And what did she say?
That she saw him and Marty together
Where at?
downstairs.
In the living room, in the upstairs room, or it's not upstairs, sorry, in her room. Because you only have Denaya Deshar's room, the closet, that pool where the pool table is, and then you have the living room. So which room were they in those rooms?
I honestly don't know.
And how did he get in the house without being caught on camera?
I mean, from my knowledge, how he's gotten in the house would be from either Deshara's window or.
Why is a grown-ass man that you're with climbing your underage daughter at the time, her window?
Right, because he knew that window didn't lock.
Did you ever talk to your daughter about
Yeah.
anything that he may have done inappropriate?
And videos and stuff from the panel and stuff. So it's like, I just never, me personally, I didn't never delete anything. I just,
So you're not the person who deleted the 92 videos or whatever?
no. Right now, he's threatening me with, like, my children, with, like, him being able to place Egypt in places that he know I doesn't want her to be, etc. Of course, I don't want my child with his mom, etc., because they do witchcraft. So right now, a lot of this has been to basically be on his side, so my children aren't ending up places where I don't want them to be.
Egypt is his daughter, though, right? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's right, you do share it. So you're afraid that he will be able to
He's
put
using
Egypt
her
with his daughter, with his mother.
Yes, that's exactly what he's doing.
And in exchange, you'll cover for him, and then he won't put Egypt with his mother?
So he basically just asked me not to let, it be known that he threatened her and was whooping her and stuff because he's already out on probation.
And you've already told us those things.
I really want to speak with my mom and see if she knows anything. I want to Speak with my mom.
She stayed quiet about one of his daughters in order to keep another. Only one of them was hers.
I really want to speak with my mom and see if she knows anything. I want to.
That's fine. You want to speak to your mom, see if she knows anything. Do you know any? Are you covering anything else for him?
I mean, I know about the whoopings. I know
Yeah,
about
yeah.
all of that. It's just the way he has it looking is like he had no involvement with it. So it's like if I tell on him, he's gonna know.
What do you have to lose?
My daughter.
If he's in jail, he doesn't have a say-so. At what point do you think a judge will look at him in jail, back and arrested again, already having a history of child neglect, go, yep, that's the guy I want to listen to about where to put a kid? Doesn't work that way.
Where do you want to
All
go?
I know is that DCF is telling me that they have to ask for his input.
They have
Because
to.
he's not in jail right now, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically that's why I didn't disclose that, because like obviously I live for my kids.
I understand.
Everything I do is for
So
my kids. So
start
it's like-
fighting for him right now. You're letting him railroad you at the moment. He's got you convinced that he has more power than he does. If they have to ask his input, I guess who else's input they have to ask? Yours. I don't know how it'll turn out, don't get me wrong. But right now, he's walking around out there, free man. Maybe he deserves to be, I don't know, because I don't think I know the full story.
I know how it looks on the video. I mean, but
Everything I do is for my kids. There was a child in that house who was never counted among them.
it left bruises. So yeah, like what do I need to let it be known that I knew that he was whooping her, or
I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, not to say
whatever.
that you are.
You saw that photo. You saw her body that morning. You had to have seen. I can't be convinced. I'm sorry that you didn't see those injuries the day before when she was walking around naked and alive. Who did that to her? You've admitted at least some of those pinch marks you did.
right?
Thank you for being honest about that. You said you didn't do that to her nipples.
No,
Did you
I did
then,
not.
or
I
you
did
had
not
to have
do
seen that, and if you don't know who did it, you had to have said, how did that happen?
Right.
I think you consider yourself a mother to her. I can't imagine you would see that and not say, Jamaria, how did that happen? Just to use that as an example, but her whole entire body was covered. So, can you tell us who did what to her? Who made what marks on her body?
So I
If
don't
you
know
know,
exactly.
only what you know.
I don't know exactly what all he used to discipline her when we got back from the cruise. I just know that he did.
Explain that to me. How do you know he did, and how do you not know what he did?
I know that he did because I heard her screaming and crying from the room that I was in. I know what he told me he was going to do prior to her coming back.
What did he tell you he was going to do?
He told me that he was going to whoop her so bad that it left bruises. I mean, that he didn't care if it left bruises or not because she could use the summer to heal.
Did he tell you that? How? How did he communicate that?
He told her that. He was on the phone yelling at her. He was like, I'm going to whoop your ass so bad that, and I don't care about you having bruises because you got all summer long to heal. And then he was like, I'm going to kill you. But, I would never think that would come true.
And where were you guys at when you said that to her on the phone?
In the room.
In what room?
In the room on the ship. The
Okay.
kids were in the room. They
Okay.
witnessed the conversation as well.
a cabin on a cruise ship, other children present,
Kids were
a man on the phone telling a 9-year-old what waited at home.
conversation as well.
They did. Who did?
I believe Denaya and Ozaria was in there.
So it was before you got home off the cruise. So then, when you got home from the cruise, describe what you
so
heard or saw.
the first night, is when I stayed in the room with my mom. I didn't hear anything that night, but I do know that him and her came in contact with each other. It was the next day when she was crying and screaming. But see, like, anytime he was there, she would stay downstairs with the girl, so they probably know more than I could say. But
How long
I
did she
just-
cry and scream? How long of a period of time? A minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour?
I was maybe like for like 5 minutes, and then it would fade out, and then I heard her again, and then I believe I heard him come upstairs, but I don't think I heard her come upstairs. I believe I heard him come upstairs, and then I didn't hear anymore after that.
Can you think of any other objects he would discipline them with besides the wooden
The
spoon?
belts, the wooden spoon, his hands, a lot of times his hands,
So that incident when it's him and her, LoJuan and Jamaria downstairs, she's screaming. Is that when her teeth got broken?
I believe it was that same day.
Was it with him downstairs though?
I don't know.
Were they broken before that?
No, they wasn't.
Were they broken after that?
Yeah.
So you as their mother, how can we get them to tell, I'm asking your advice, them to tell us the truth?
It's actually helping me. So, I don't know.
Did you ever hear her say that she was thirsty while she was doing all these exercises? Is that one of the stupid things she would say to LoJuan? She needed to drink water?
I'm not sure, but I always gave her water. She had told him that she had to use the bathroom and that she is thirsty, but he told her she can wait till she's done, or he would just tell her, you just gotta wait till you're done.
The bathroom and water with either one?
As far as the bathroom, piss where you are.
And so she did.
You are.
Wait till you're done. That is the line the medical examiner traced all the way to her kidneys.
Where you are.
And so she did, and then she would get in trouble for it.
I never, like, I would hear him tell her that, but I never saw her actually piss on the floor or whatever. But I do know one day when I walked in, he was like, she pissed on my shoe. He was like, this motherfucker pissed on my shoe. And when I saw her, she was like bent down on the couch, like balled up on the couch. Like she had just got a whooping or something. And then like just the fact to know that he was telling the big girls to do these things, like I just feel like this is all a setup.
To punch her in the throat?
Yeah, because I always wondered like what would make him say something like that. Basically, he wanted everybody to take the rap, but you know.
Do you think he knew that she was going to die? It was intentional?
Looking at everything now, I feel like yes.
Why would he want her to die? That's his
Because-
paycheck.
I'm honestly, I feel like everything yes, simply because he knew. He has never, anytime we got into an argument, I asked him to leave the house, it's always, I can't switch my address, whatever like that. He has never like moved out, and we've done this a lot. This time was the only time that he has actually left. And the only time he has actually said, okay, now I can switch my address. Including the fact.
Honestly, do you think that you're at all accountable for her death? In your heart?
I mean, when you say accountable, I feel like I probably could have did more to, you know, possibly prevent things from happening. You know, but the situation, you know, me dealing with my kids, me having a certain way I deal with my kids, this is your certain way of how you deal with your kids, me not wanting to interfere and cause more trouble, and then on top of the threats, you know, like, I do feel like I could have done more. As far as her coming to her death, I don't feel like I'm accountable for that.
What about
Her
Asked
coming
in
to
her own
death,
heart
I
whether she is
don't
accountable, she answers about somebody else and closes her own door.
comment and stuff. It is.
I was just asking.
So yeah. Am I able to call my mom?
Yeah, you will be able to call your mom. We have to get you booked in, and you can definitely call your mom.
And what do you say I'm being charged with?
Premeditated murder, first degree, which is the top. And then there's aggravated child abuse. And
Why am I being
child
charged with premeditated murder?
well, because some of the statements that you made while you were attacking Jamaria about killing her.
Scare tactics.
Scare tactics was also premeditation. It's scare tactics, and then
And it's
if you
crazy.
say it and then it happens, what does that look like?
It's crazy because I only said that because he said that, and I was just
I
repeating to her what her dad said.
I get it, but if you say, I'm going to kill you, and then the child's dead the next day from injuries caused potentially by you, what does that look like?
Looks bad, but that's not what happened.
And then the last chart, I think it said child neglect. So aggravated child abuse, child neglect, murder.
Is there anything else you want to say about any of this? You want to tell us? You think it's important?
I just know that I didn't do this. Like, I would never do anything to kill her. Like, those words came honestly because he had just told her that, and I knew she was scared from that. So when she did something wrong, I just used it. But I would never do nothing like that. I would never do anything. And then to say that it came from me saying that and doing, like, she didn't pass away from me whooping her or disciplining her.
Yeah.
That day. From me whooping her.
She learns
or
the charge and
disciplining her,
asks why.
disciplining her
Not what happened to her. Why
that
me?
day.
This around. The cause of her death is based off the injuries she's received over a period of time by you and by LoJuan. With that being said, yeah, it's a contributing factor.
But I wasn't abusing her over the time, though.
On the 15th, when you kicked her down, punched her or kicked her in the gut, kicked her in the back, stomped her head, grabbed her by her hair, dragged her across the floor, had the dog like he's gnawing on her face, right? And she's at the bottom of the stairs and she's lifeless and helpless and limp. And you're yelling at her to get the fuck up. Go upstairs, get the fuck up. This bitch wants me to kill her.
Yeah, I was.
Okay, so question for you. Does that look good or does that look bad?
No, it looks bad.
Okay. Is that
It was
abuse?
just words.
No, it wasn't just words. You kicked her repeatedly. You stomped her head. You kicked her in the back, kicked her in the stomach. You dragged her by her hair across the floor, up the stairs. Like, so that's abuse. I don't know how you want to define that. That's not discipline. That's not corporal punishment. That's not a scare tactic. That's straight up abuse. So if you're asking me honestly, did you abuse her? Yeah. Yeah, this wasn't like I hit her on the butt once with a belt and she moved, so I got her lower leg type argument. This is pretty bad. And the video is pretty bad.
We don't have videos of LoJuan doing that, whether it be because you deleted them, the ones of him, or he was smart enough not to do it on video. But as far as spending so much time with you, asking you.
Yeah, one syllable. After 89 minutes of no and nothing in her changes.
So just from that alone, that was enough to kill her.
If a mosquito lands on you and it's sucking your blood and you have two choices. You can move your arm and make it fly away, or you can smack your arm and kill it. That quick of a decision is premeditation.
It was honestly just words. I was just repeating what he said to her.
Problem is we have you on video doing it.
But not trying to kill her.
But what you did
Looks like it.
resulted in her death, though.
I'm sorry.
But what you did resulted in her death.
This isn't a gunshot wound or a stabbing or a shooting or whatever. This is a very unique case where the abuse that she suffered, which we have on video, contributed to her death. I gave your daughter, Denaya, so many opportunities to tell the damn truth. She's a horrible liar.
Yes, yes.
She knows about but
Just words. She said yes 30 seconds ago, and she is already walking backwards out of it. She asks to call her mother. They let her, and they leave the recorder running.
Hello?
Hey, Ma.
Hey.
I'm gonna need you to come forward and be honest about the abuse from LoJuan towards myself and the kid, Jamaria. I'm with the detective. He asked me, so I'm gonna ask you, did you, I know you said Jamaria was telling you she was scared of him and stuff, and that's why she wanted to go with you, but did she show you or did you see any of the bruises that he put on her?
No, she didn't show me nothing.
Because she did have bruises on her before the trip. But yeah, you pretty much just gonna have to be honest and I would just let them know, that he was the one that whooped her once we got back from the cruise and all that stuff.
Well, did you tell him about everything, all the stuff he was saying? Oh, I'm gonna help you up when you get home, and I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna put you in boot camp, and I don't care about the bruises because you got all some of to heal. I heard him tell you that.
Yeah, I let them know, but we basically got to speak on the physical things, he was doing and stuff. And
okay, but what did your attorney tell you to do? Have you talked to him yet?
No, I haven't talked to him. I don't have a number. I can't have that. I don't have access to nothing. The detective has your number.
One call, and she uses it to brief a witness, not to grieve, to coach.
And to kill me and all that type of stuff. Like, that's the type of stuff that I'm saying if they ask you,
Well, I'm right here. Ma'am, this is Detective Archer. I spoke with you before. So, basically what I'm trying to figure out is, I'm trying to find someone other than Denaya, Rosaria, or Tyshael here that saw or witnessed either LoJuan abuse Jamaria or witnessed marks from that were caused by LoJuan on Jamaria, and I understand Jamaria had confided in you that she was scared of her dad, so I figured that you were there before, during, and after the cruise, even though very short, if you had any kind of insight or basically third-party information, not really third-party, but I guess separate from them, that you would be able to tell me about that would help me.
I still say, and I go before God, there's no way he didn't know that that child was in the house for 4.5 days.
We need to prove it. And that's what I'm trying to get some help from Tyshael and maybe from you or whatever.
Well, Tyshael said that a detective asked her, did she know if LoJuan knew that the girl was in the house? And she said, yeah. And she said the detective asked her,
but what he's
well,
saying,
how do you know that?
what?
Because she was in the laundry room with Mari, and when she was coming out of the laundry room, LoJuan was going in the laundry room, so he knew she was there.
Ma'am, Tyshael never told us that.
But that's what she told me. She told.
Well, unfortunately, that's not accurate.
I was not witness to anything.
That's not accurate.
I was not witness to anything. She did call me sometimes and say that they got into fights or whatever, but that's all I can say.
Right.
I can't say that I've seen anything.
Okay.
All I can say is that she told me.
Yeah, well, Tyshael told me that, she didn't know what all Jamaria had disclosed to you, so she thought maybe you knew more than what you maybe did. It was worth a shot, but...
No, she said that she wanted to go back to California with me because she was scared of what her daddy was going to do to her. That's what she said to me.
Right. That's not
She asked to
accurate.
leave. She asked a grown woman to take her to California. Nobody took her. A Lake County grand jury indicted Tyshael Martin in September 2024. First-degree murder, aggravated child abuse, child neglect. The state is seeking death. 2 days after this interview, LoJuan Sessions was arrested and charged with aggravated manslaughter of a child and with violating probation. In their text messages, investigators say, the two adults called it boot camp. Both are held without bond. Neither has been tried. Everything alleged remains an allegation until a jury says otherwise. The sergeant who closed the welfare check request was demoted and reassigned. Jamaria Faith Sessions would have started 4th grade that autumn. Her grandmother says she would light up a whole room.
We'll be able
If this
to
kind of analysis is what you're looking for, subscribing means you'll see the next one.